Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Jason and I, my friend, we watched Ender's Game last night, and as you can see, this dust jacket is very nicely made. And basically the DVD cover looks the same, but I thought that the cast for this film was absolutely perfect. They couldn't have chosen a better cast. It was positively stellar. This is one of the best sci-fi films I've seen in a good long time. And I've read the book, and it was word for word with the book, and everything that I saw, I felt went hand in hand with what was going on in Orson Scott Card's epic book. I absolutely thought it was sensational. It was astronomically done. Everything was absolutely perfect. Ben Kingsley as Mazer Rackham, he was unbelievable. Harrison Ford as the commander, I thought that he did a grand job. The young girl who played Petra was perfect. The girl who played Violet, I would say Violet, excuse me, I have a character named Violet I'm working on right now. Valentine. The girl who played Valentine, she was absolutely tremendous. And even Peter, Andrew's brother, he was very disturbing, and the kid that they had play his part fit into the mold very well, I felt. And it follows the book word for word. I was reciting it as we watched, and it's really a great film. It screams for a sequel. I don't know if they're going to do Speaker for the Dead, Shadow of the Hegemon. I don't know if they're going to continue it or not. But it would be interesting if they did, because I just felt that all the characters were extremely well done. Ali, Bean, even Bonzo. I just thought that everybody was cast perfectly, and this is hard to do. And also following the book, I thought the way they did it, whoever directed, I didn't know the director, but the director was, he was very knowledgeable about the whole universe that that Orson Scott Card had presented us with. And my dad had never read the book, and he was absolutely fascinated by it. He was transfixed, and he wanted to go to bed, but he was with Jason and I. Said, hey, I was going to go to bed, but I want to watch this. It was so funny. It was just absolutely exceptional, and it's an extraordinary film. And I can't help but give it 2 thumbs up with 5 stars, hands down. There are no flaws in this movie at all, as far as I could see. Absolutely zero. And the way that they designed the Formics, they're called the buggers in some instances, but they stick to calling them Formics, which I'm okay with. I thought that the purists would probably think, nah, they're called buggers. But for me, it didn't matter. It's just so well done, and it didn't bother me at all. I thought, okay, they're sticking with the jargon, so this is great. And the design that they had for the Formics was just freaking awesome. It just was really incredible. I couldn't believe how meticulously everything was put together, and how well Asa Butterfield played Ender, and just how strategic he is, how much of a genius he is, and how he thinks outside the box. And this is why I like Ender and how I can relate to him. I feel like I'm a lot like Ender is. He thinks of other strategies that the other characters don't necessarily think of, and that's what gets him promoted to Admiral later. But it's really just an insatiable. You're insatiable when you watch it. You just want more and more and more. You want to figure out what's going to happen next. And I've read the book, so it was just exactly the way I would have imagined it. And Hollywood got it right for once, and I couldn't have been happier. I was just a happy little fangirl. Uh, and it truly is just a sensational film. It's magnificent. It is tremendous. It's colossal. It is just, like I said, one of the best sci-fi films I've seen in a good long time. I wouldn't mind watching it again. And it's one thing that it moves very quickly. There really aren't any lulls, so to say, and the plot itself moves along at such a rate that you can follow it. Even if you haven't read the book, it's still very quite good. And there are a lot of morals and values and situations that are presented that are very intriguing. And I think if you're into psychology, you should watch this film. If you're into military operation, even in space, they get it right. They do that accurately. As my friend's in SFC, so he's laughing at a lot of the military jargon and situations that occur in the film, and I think that was kind of fun for him, as he understands that everything that was happening happens in real life. I really can't say too much more about Ender's Game other than if you haven't seen it, then by all means check it out, because this is a movie that it should not be missed. It should be part of your collection. It's that good. The CGI is really top notch, especially when he finds the mind game and wondering why those images are appearing. And yeah, I thought that was very intriguing. And of course I was going into detail about different characters, especially Bean, because Bean has his own series if you've read the other books, and it just I can't go into how well done this is. It follows the book perfectly. It really does. It's absolutely, it's stellar. It truly is. And there are not enough adjectives, not enough there's not enough praise that I can give to the director here. I'm sure that there are a lot of my watchers out there. Probably, I don't know if Are You Grad would probably like this. I don't know. I don't know if he's into sci-fi or not. He probably is. He would probably love this. I know that my friend in the UAE would probably eat this thing up, because he's a big warsy, as well as Star Trek Trekkie. He's not into Doctor Who, but I'm sure that he would absolutely adore this. I know there are a lot of my friends who would just positively devour this every second of it. And like my father said, it screams for a sequel. I don't think Hollywood's going to make a sequel, because unfortunately Ender's Game didn't do so well in the box office when it was first released. I would love to see Speaker for the Dead if they did it. Or what's the second book? Speaker for the Dead, I think it is. It's either Shadow of the Hegemon. Well, actually, Shadow of the Hegemon is Bean. It's not Ender. So they probably wouldn't be doing Shadow of the Hegemon. They would probably do Speaker for the Dead, because yeah, Speaker for the Dead, I do believe is the second book. Don't quote me. I think it is. I'm not. I wish I knew all the names of the different books, because there are quite a few. And Orson Scott Card was Orson Scott Card is rather prolific. And now I'm going to do some updates. Yesterday I was awarded, I was cum laude. I also got recognized for being part of Phi Theta Kappa, so I'm very humbled about that. I don't really go spreading that around like some kind of braggart. My mother did not raise a braggart. I am currently working on a couple of stories. One's called Yarnkint. It's basically about 7 siblings. They each have their own ability, but the last 3 of the siblings, who are fraternal triplets, they have the ability to control fabric, and the necromancer of the land decides that he wants to use their ability toward his advantage, and then he sees that they have elemental abilities that they're developing, and he believes that using those talents could put the planet under his subjection. But his other their other siblings come to their rescue. That this was a dream that I had, so I decided to make it into a tale of my own. I'm writing a story about dreams I've been having, and hopefully they will become reality. Who knows? I have been working on some fan fictions. One of my fan fictions was actually brought to me by Thriller Terrain, and I'm calling it multi-genre across the universes. Basically, it combines Star Wars, Batman, Rocky, LOTR, and Indiana Jones. And at first I thought this sort of thing is never going to be able to be done, but it's actually coming along quite nicely, quite to my surprise. And there's another one I'm working on. It's called Sweet Dreams Are Made of These, or Made of This, and it's basically about Harry Dresden being trapped in a dream world with all the characters of Lost Girl. I had him in the realm of Lost Girl before, when, in the fanfiction When All Hell Literally Breaks Loose. He meets the characters of Supernatural and Lost Girl, and what's the other one? Being Human. They're all meshed together, and it came out really well. I've done one with him and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, as Secrets of a Teenage Witch. If you ever watched it, because I thought, yeah, this needs to happen. This needs to be a fan fiction, because that's just the way my mind works. I don't know why it does that. But I'm working on quite a bit. I'm also working on my own noir. It's called Rouge Private Eye, and she meets a young lady. A young lady comes into her office, and she actually asks her whether she is taking other private investigators, because she has quite a few talents under her belt. And Rouge decides to take it. It would behoove her to recruit this young lady to become her basically her Watson. So it's kind of like the female version of Sherlock Holmes and Watson. So I always wanted to do that. So basically that's what I've been up to, and I've got another video. It's a celebration. I've just been really busy. So hopefully I get to see $1 Million Arm very soon, because I've been really wanting to see that. And once I do, I will come back and review that. So until next time, live long and prosper. Ciao, tutti.